I direct? Alright, feel like we're kind of coming in raw dog here, but
Raw dog.
yeah, Google it. It's hello, my name is John.
I am Josh Banks.
And we are starting a podcast today.
Yes, we're going to try and start a podcast. What are we going to be doing?
Well, that's something that we've been talking about. So his brother, Micah, and I kind of dabbled in it, saying, hey, we should start a podcast, a lot because my wife listens to podcasts all the time. Josh, his brother,
Love him.
big on podcasts. And so, and I have something to say. I'm not sure exactly what to say. I'm not sure exactly how to start a podcast. What about you, Josh?
I have a ton to say. I mean, I think what we were talking about is time. Like the first thing, we're like, oh, we don't have time. We don't have time to do it. And we're like, yeah. But do you really have more time than you think you have? Like, think of all the crap that you do to waste time, like with Facebook and Lord knows what else people do, Snapchat, Twitter, the whole freaking 9 yards. So you got a lot of time.
I make a lot of excuses in my life.
I make tons of excuses. There's always an excuse why you can't do something. There's very few that why you can do something. So,
I mean, I've been working out on it. I've spent thousands of dollars on this body. I'm still fat. And a lot of the time, because I had time to buy the gym membership, but I didn't have time to go to the gym.
And I've spent no dollars on this body, and that's why I am massive.
He's big. He's big.
You should have seen me doing the push-ups on the golf course the other day. They were just epic.
I thought you'd fallen. I didn't know those were push-ups.
Well, that's what I look like when I'm doing push-ups. I look like I fell, and I'm like, ooh, no, I can do 5 while I'm down here.
So the question is, Josh, and I think this is what we've been looking at, and we're not sure, but the question is, when you start a podcast, when you really don't have a name, a name that is noticeable in the media, and you don't have, I haven't written a book, I'm not really super good at
no formal education, I'm just an average person. I'm average. Are you average, John? I think John's above average because he's wicked talented, but I'm way average. So how do you start it? What do you do?
That's a good question, and that's a question that we've been pondering.
The platform. Everyone talks about a platform. Oh, you've got this great platform, this wonderful platform. Well, we got shit. It's like there's no platform.
There's absolutely no platform.
If there was a diving board, we wouldn't have any. We're just jumping right off.
Well, why not talk about politics?
Go to CNN, get your news on there. I don't care. Politics, blah, 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 blah. Yeah, Trump's crazy, whatever. Who cares? Let's move on.
Yeah, it is. It's kind of beaten down. There's been too much talk about it anyway.
Yeah.
To just make our platform about that.
And in the end, you know what? I gotta pay my freaking bills. Talking about politics, worrying about politics is not gonna pay my bills. I've got to make a living, and that's the whole point. Everyone's trying to make a living, and how do you do it? What kind of career, everything's changed. The whole freaking internet since the last 10, 15 years, the whole world has just changed.
I feel, I'm confused in my daily life by
I'm totally
what's
confused.
real and what's not.
Yeah, what do you do? Or who cares what you do? Like, a lot of people just do their thing and they don't give a shit about anything.
No.
And they're just like, yeah, I'm just doing my thing and I'm happy. I love it. And unfortunately, that's not my personality. I'm always, I don't know, struggling or trying to find something that gives me meaning, and I always have a hard time finding that meaning and, to make a living at it anyway. So
Yeah. How old are you, Josh?
I am 41 years old. Good God, that sounds brutal, but I am 41. I look a lot older. I look a ton older, but I did get called a silver fox the other day, so hey.
I think that's my wife. My wife called you a silver fox.
No, it was somebody I did not know.
Okay.
Yeah.
This
This was legit.
For a bald guys, I think bald guys are like, I wish my hair could go gray. Maybe my goatee a little bit.
No, this was legit, man. I was pretty stoked on this 31-year-old, very attractive woman called me a silver fox, and I was like, made my week. Maybe my month.
That's awesome, man. You've aged like wine. I'm not gay. You've done well.
Yeah.
Yeah. You were an awkward kid.
Oh, John and I have known each other. John has known me since 10th grade. 10th grade? 10th grade.
Yes.
11th grade?
I think, I don't know. When did you move there? I think it was 11th grade.
91, 92 in northern Utah. We've known each other for a long time, and John has always been a very, very good friend to me. He kind of took me under his wing and like, hey, you know, I was so awkward and it was a very strange experience. It could be probably a whole session that we can talk about. But,
Yeah, we got some time.
The time is what we're talking about. Do you have time to do a podcast? And so
And
many
what would you
people could
talk
say,
about?
yeah, then what would you talk about? But for sure, 100%, for sure, kids not. I got a kid over there. I just put him in front of the iPhone. See, I got time.
Yeah, I have no kids. I'm 41 too. And yeah, definitely at that point in my life where I'm going, what's this all for? What is the next step? What am I going to do for the second half of my life to make the most of it? And I have to kind of look at my priorities. I mean, I do all right and I make ends meet, but at the end of the day, I'm a little bored. I'm looking at the future, especially because I thought I would have children. I don't. Especially because of that, I'm kind of going, wait, I have this freedom and I don't know what to do with it beyond my daily grind.
And that's probably, I mean, from my perspective, that's pretty not normal. Is usually everyone's like, oh, I got too much going on. I gotta go do this and go do that and go do this. And as far as being bored, man, a lot of times people would wish to just be bored, like to do nothing. But in the end, once you get that kind of stuff, you're always like, nah, I gotta be moving. I gotta be doing something. I gotta have, like, it'd be nice to be bored for maybe a day, two, but after that, you're like, no, I gotta be doing something. Kids take a lot of that time. Jobs take a lot of the time. You know, family, social stuff takes the time. But I don't know. In the end, like, time to do what? What are we trying to accomplish, or what are we trying to do in this life? Like, what makes it important? What makes one person's life important than the other person? Like, you don't even hear about anyone other than people that are famous or celebrities or in the news, and then, or I don't know. I'm always thinking about, you know, the Facebook stuff. If it's not posted on Facebook, does it really exist? It's one of the things I always
really
say.
Bizarre.
It's bizarre. It is. And sometimes I'm like, I don't even want to take a picture of something just because. What's the point in posting it? Like, just take a picture of it, or just look at it and be happy with it.
And I think a lot of the time that's exactly it. Is in life, when I've known what I wanted and I chased after it with fervor, I usually was able to accomplish something that was similar to what I set out to do.
Yeah.
And that's what I'm finding right now with my life, with my work. All across the board, I'm kind of going, what is something I can really lose myself in that I enjoy?
Yeah.
And it's it's not as easy as I thought I could do. I do quite a few things. I mean, I enjoy the outdoors. I
always
enjoy
moving.
hiking.
Guys always doing something.
Yeah, and the people I know, we went golfing the other day. So that's the thing, is it's not like life isn't fulfilling. Well, life is good, but it probably a lot of people in their 40s ask themselves exactly that. Well,
Maybe
what
there's
else?
a piece of the puzzle missing or something. I don't know. It's very. We're all striving. Like, I'm very much striving for financial success. I've always been. I didn't come from money, so with having nothing, you're always trying to look for that. At least I am. And I've learned a lot over the last 10 years about it. But you still got to make the living, and you still got to pay the bills, and you still got to be able to think about, oh, I got to retire someday or some shit like that. It's midlife crisis, man. That's what I'm in. I'm in a midlife crisis.
And it's
Gotta be it.
yeah. And
I can't even afford a Ferrari. If I could afford a Ferrari, then I would just go buy a Ferrari. But I can't, maybe, probably not. I probably wouldn't even buy a Ferrari. It'd probably be, I don't even know what I would do.
Well, and that's and that's one of the things, and that's probably a way I justify not having everything I want by saying, well, even when you do have everything you want, is that I look at Bruce Jenner. Like, Bruce Jenner, technically, he got to a point where he couldn't have wanted more, and he did, to the point of losing himself in the process. And
that's a strange one to me.
But think about it, Bruce Jenner. You have that kind of money, you have that kind of prestige at that point in your life. Wouldn't it be easier, instead of like transitioning into a woman, wouldn't it be easier to move to an island and have a sandy beach and just have beautiful 20-year-olds imported every week? Why not do that instead of flip side of things?
And there's so many people that do that. They have these huge success, a massive success, and then they're just almost more addicted to it, and it can even create more chaos and less happiness, no matter if you even have money. So truly, money probably isn't the source of happiness or contentment rather than happiness. But yeah, the Bruce Jenner thing, I don't know about that. That's just weird to me.
And
I don't get it.
The way I put it in perspective is, I bet you Bruce Jenner was somebody who liked to have a goal. He liked to pursue something. He liked to pursue gold medals.
Yeah.
He liked to pursue being the fastest.
Yeah.
And everything else. He liked to pursue the top woman around,
Yeah.
And he just got all of it. And at some point, then he was all like, well, what can I pursue? And then it was like, well, I can't think of anything besides becoming the exact opposite of what I am.
Wait.
Right?
Do you think his motivation was from a different perspective? Like, wait, you're going down a road it's a weird road, because he's identifying as a woman. He apparently he has all his life, and then finally he's like, I'm gonna do it. But you're saying that it's like, I've tried I've done all this other stuff, so the only thing left is to become a woman.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Oh, all right.
Now, I believe that that's a story that he said, probably somewhere along the way, he had some inkling that grew over time, and the more there was a void in his life, the more he was kind of like, wait, it might be.
So too much estrogen in that house.
So I guess the point being is, the pursuit of the goal is often when you're happiest.
Yeah. So he's got everything. So he's got a new goal. Like, I'm going to be happy in my own skin. Her skin, however you say that, was
confusing, but it's cool.
With the dresses and the operations and all that kind of stuff. And that's fine. He's pursuing his goal, happiness, whatever you want to call it. So we've got a goal that we're trying to come up with here with the podcast, and we're trying to let's not stay away from, right? Isn't this where you're going with it in the end?
It is. It's kind of going back to, okay, well, I don't have a name for myself that people would recognize. I don't have a book. I haven't cured
Harvard degrees
cancer
and crap like that.
Yeah. I'm your everyday Joe.